Okay, so now we are going to, again, add a new post. I'm going to call it Call to Action. I select the Divi Builder, and I am then going to decide I just want one long row, one column rather. So I select that. I go into Insert a Module, and I'm going to select Call to Action. I'll give it a title. And what I'll point out is the call to action is sort of built up of a title, a blurb, and a button that can go over to any resource. So I'm going to give it a title. I'll add the button text, and then I am also going to add the link. So when the button is clicked, this is where it will go. So I'm just going to send people over to Google Slides, and I'll talk a little bit later on about the advantage of doing that. I want to make sure that when clicked, it's going to open in a new tab and it doesn't just take people away from the content. And I also want to show you Pexel's video, because Divi also gives you the option of having a short video clip running as your background, and Pexel's video is also, again, open use. So you can see what that looks like. That looks kind of funky. And we're going to continue to customize from there. And again, that's that linkable video. So I'm going to go back to Pexels that we've already used, and I want to find a keyboard image. I'm going to have a keyboard background video and a keyboard image background there. Selecting that image, I'm adding that in. I'll save that. But before I do, I'm also going to sort of give that a little bit of a shadow. So you've got lots of different shadow options, and you can make sure that the shadow also has a color to it, so you can see what that looks like. Again, much of Divi is just about playing around with those three lines and seeing what is customizable and what isn't. So if we go back in, I mentioned that the call to action is the title, the blurb, which I'm adding right here in the text box, and that text can be whatever size, whatever color you would like. And I'm just going to change the color there to make it stand out a little bit more. And I also, I think that what I would like to do is give the title a shadow. I can select the shadow color. I'm just scrolling down. And I also want to use a custom style for the button. So I want the button to be yellow. I can have a background image for the button, but we're just going to have a background color. I'm actually going to select a gradient there, so I need to select two different colors. And I can also then decide what icon I want to use for the button. So I'm going to use the key, and I will select the icon color. I'm going to give the button a little shadow. So again, you don't have to use all of these options, but yet again, I can animate that. So there's a lot of customization to be done if you want to, and then you can see that nice little animated effect there. Now, I mentioned at the start that the button I have go over to Google Slides. So once I spend a lot of time customizing the look of that module, I want that to be set and done. But I don't want to have to go and update that all the time. So that's where often I will use linkable content like the button to link to Google Slides. So as I update those slides, the update happens live within the post as well. Okay, have a good time playing around with Call to Action.